to tell me what have you been doing in this time of quarantine. Okay, let's start with Juan Pablo. Please activate your microphone and tell me, how are you? Juan Pablo.
Español en inglés.
Okay, speak louder,
Es como
please.
yo prefiera.
Yeah, what have you been doing? You have to speak in English, you know.
Okay. I'm okay. I'm happy
Okay.
with my family.
Speak louder. I cannot hear you.
I'm okay. I'm fine. My family is okay, and me too. I'm playing games with my friends online.
Okay.
I study.
Are you?
No more.
What about the food? Are you eating properly?
Allí no
Not
me.
much. Hopefully, that's not true.
I don't
Okay,
know.
what else? Have you been reading
Sometimes.
news? Have you been reading news?
No.
Why not? Information is really important at these times.
I don't like read.
Well, at least watching news.
I watching news
Okay.
sometimes.
Okay. Very good. To the rest of you, please be aware that as this, we are going to do it as similar as of a class as it would be in person in the school. So if you're going to speak, please, whenever I ask a question, you have to speak because it's going to be considered extra points. And you have to remember that this class is being recorded. So anything you say is going to be graded. If not just now at the moment that I'm not, because I'm not taking points into account, I'm going to rewatch it and then I'm going to add you points. So for the next classes, for the next virtual classes as well, you need to know that everything that you say is going to be taken into account when you participate. Okay, very good. Also, I want to, as we've been doing, each one of you is going to tell us what you have been doing. I'm going to try to do it as you in the order that you're joining, but if I don't remember, then you're going to speak as I say. Okay? Okay, just give me a moment. Mm. 1 minute. Okay, sorry for that. Now let's move into the next student. Nicolas, are you there? Okay. Nicolas? activate your microphone, please, and tell us what have you been doing in these
Yes,
days.
teacher.
Hello?
Hello.
Come on, tell us. Hello? Nicolas, tell us what are your routines? What are you doing these weeks?
Hello. ¿Me puedes escuchar?
Yes, yes.
First, wake up and go to the bathroom and wash my teeth.
Well, do
Wash
not
my
tell me
teeth
everything you do. Hey, wait. Do not tell me everything you do.
um,
Fine.
play video games and eat breakfast, diner, and the life normal teacher is all my days. It's very simple. No change more. It's all time I wake up and go to the bathroom, see Netflix, play video games, training. No, it's very interesting.
Okay, very good. Well, as more people are joining, yeah, it's going to take us a long time to talk to each one of you. So we're going to skip it. And I want someone of you to tell me if you have been watching news and what kind of news and what do you know about our state of quarantine and what should we do, what shouldn't we do? Now, anyone?
Yo me estoy sentando, teacher, lo siento.
Hello?
Eso es lo mejor.
Okay, any one of you can tell me if you have been watching news or something that is going to, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13 is a good number. Now, can you tell me what kind of news have you been watching and what do you know about this, our state of quarantine? Any of you, please. No? Hello? Okay, none of
About
you.
the coronavirus.
Okay, yeah, what about it?
It's a pandemic, and in Peru, the people not respect the president orders, and he needs to make other sentencias, se puede decir, other judgments to prevent this expanded in Peru.
Okay, just if you didn't understand what I said, just read the text in the chat group. And it's a question. I'm taking points for you. Okay, if you don't speak, if you don't talk, then you won't get any. Okay.
Okay.
Now, anyone else besides Nicolas that wants to speak? Because we need to revise also the syllabus that we are aiming now. Okay, that's going to be it then. Look, tell me if you have any inconvenience while listening to me. Tell me if my voice is clear, or if you have any issue about the audio. Okay, because I'm going to start.
Yes.
It's okay, right? Okay. Look, no, sorry. I shared with you this document, which is the syllabus. All of you have it in CIANET, and it's supposed to be in this thing, archivos, okay? You have it right here. Also, you have it on the link on today's class. So you should have it right now as we are having this conversation right now for us to be speaking the same language. Okay, this is the syllabus we're focusing now for examinations in June, well, 2021, because you were supposed to take this exam this year, and some of you may be still having it, but well, I think the majority of your class are going to take this exam next year. Okay, so we're going to be focusing on well, how are you supposed to be, as you already know, confident, responsible, reflective, innovative, and engaged. In these times of this coronavirus outbreak around the world as a pandemic, it happens a lot of times that in many countries, many behavioral phenomena, especially for social studies, this is very rich in information to gather data of social behavior, which is going to help us a lot in order to do our examinations of global perspectives. And as you already know, you have to really read a lot. And a lot of studies are going to come up in the following months and maybe in the following years regarding this phenomenon, this worldwide phenomenon, which we have to take advantage of, okay? So I know most of you have already chosen your topics for information, but you may need to change them, okay? We have the following topics for our team project, which is the main focus that you have to do right now. Conflict and peace, disease and health, human rights, language and communication, poverty and equality, and inequality, sport and recreation, tradition, culture and identity, water, food and agriculture. Okay, tell me if you can visualize this file. Can you see it?
Yes.
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 Okay, very good, very good. So,
Yes.
as you know, we have three components of examinations, maybe this year or maybe next year. Okay, I have already explained it several times, but this is for the recall one last time. Okay, in the component one, we have the written examinations, which is going to take about 1 hour and 15 minutes, and it's 35% of your final grading. Okay, you're going to answer a lot of questions, especially from tests that we have already done as well. You're going to get a text, you have to read it, you have to maybe analyze it, maybe synthesize one of your ideas, and then you're going to take which kind of information is it, and then you're going to see if it is a valid source of information or an invalid one, okay? And it's going to be out of 70 marks and 35% of your final grade. This is how you prepare for a written examination with full practice of reading especially. So if you want to get a high score in the written examination, you need to read a lot right now and take advantage of your free time that you have, because you're not going to school, and then spend a little bit less time playing video games or watching movies and a little bit more time while reading articles and news and of the things that are happening right now. And why today news? Because it's very possible that your individual report and your team project is going to get much more information from the things that are happening right now. Okay, in the component number 2 of the individual report, as you know, you're going to research one topic area from a choice of 8, okay? It may be local, national, or global significance. It's going to be one question that you're going to research, and you're going to decide the title by yourself. It's from 1,500 to 2,000 words. So it's going to need to have a specific order, and it's going to be internally assessed, which means that I'm going to rate it before I send it to Cambridge, and that therefore you're going to start right now reading about several sources of information to aid you into developing this individual report. Okay? And then the final component, which is component number 3, the team project. I know you cannot, as of right now, be together in one house because you are all in your own houses, but you can use Zoom as a strategy or a video call to help you finish your team project, because you already have your own groups right now. Maybe you have to do some adjustments, because I would ask you in some cases to change topics, because as I told you, this phenomenon, this social phenomenon, is going to give you much more information than you can ever find. Okay, so the team project is divided into 2 parts: the team element and the personal element. And the team element, which is going to be presented by all of you, the 3 or the 4 people that are in your group, is going to be parted into 3 parts. The first is the outcome, which are the results or what you make of your team project. For example, if you want to make a video clip, a short, a song, short clip, maybe some slides. If you want to present your group, or you want to do a social aid, you need to photograph some of the process of your doing. So all of that is the outcome. All the things, all the physical or virtual things as a product is the outcome of your team project. Okay? The explanation, which is the second part, consists of why did you choose this topic? Why do you think the things you're doing in your topic are going to help to solve the problem? Because remember that the team project is a course of action towards the solution of the topic of the problem that you're choosing. Okay? So the explanation needs to be very accurate for everyone to understand. Why did you do it? For example, if you chose, I don't know, fuel and energy, and your problem is to stop the pollution of the air, then somehow you do a song, but you never post it anywhere, but you didn't do anything to change the current state of your social environment, then it's not going to be a very good explanation, and it's going to fall apart your team project. Okay? So be very accurate on your explanation on why you do the things you're doing. And the third part of the team element is the collaboration. Okay? Remember that the explanation part must be from 200 or 300 words. Okay, 2 parts of the team element and 1 personal part, which is the reflective paper, from 750 to 1,000 words. In this paper are all the things, the assessment you do on your team project as one participant of your group. How do you see everyone performing? How do you see yourself performing? What are the weaknesses? What are the strengths found? And if you have weaknesses, how did you overcome the difficulties that came along the path of developing your team project? Okay? This is also 35%. This component, this whole component of the team project is also 35%, as well as the first component, 1, written examination. Please be taking into account these things because they are important. Okay? So now let's take a look again of the topics that you're going to be selecting. Remember that you have to read everything, everything you can get your hands on. For the written examination, there are going to be these 8 topics, which means that in your paper, in the written examination, you're going to only get these types of topics. Okay? So it's preferable for you all to have information about them, okay? Because you cannot choose it. In the individual report and in the team project, you can choose your topic. But in the first part, the written examination, it can maybe all of the topics. So in some part of the test, they are going to ask you to write your opinions about one specific issue of a topic, and you're going to need some background information. You need to have read something about it at least. So please read news about demographic change, education, employment, of fuel and energy, of globalization, maybe in law and criminality and migration and the transport systems. Okay? In the second part, which you need to do it as soon as possible, the next class, which is going to be the next week, and it's going to be virtual as well, you need to decide which topic you're choosing for your individual report, because you're going to present it. I'm going to give it from next week, 1 or 2 weeks, until you present your first draft, okay? Because I need to see it soon. In the individual report, we have 8 topics as well. Sorry. The belief systems, biodiversity and ecosystem laws, changing communities, digital world, family, humans and other species, sustainable living, and trade and aid. Okay? Remember that for your individual report, you need several sources of information. And as of information right now, nothing is richer as the current or past events that have happened, well, in the short time before our state. Okay, so try to choose wisely. Also choose something you're really interested about, please. Okay, remember that an individual report is not easy, and you have done a similar part, which is your research report, I think, in 3rd grade of high school. So it's going to be similar, but a little bit more complex as well. You need to dig deeper into the information for you to discern. Okay, and the third part, the component, the team project. I'm going to post in the CIANET one area where you need to send me the names of your groups, of the people in your groups, and also the topic that you're choosing. Okay, remember that I need the topic in this part. This is for next week, by the way. I'm going to post everything written on CIANET. For the third part component at the team project, I need the topic you're selecting, the issue you are addressing, maybe 1 or 2, or the second possible issue that you're addressing, and the name of your group. Okay, the name of the people in your group. You have conflict and peace, disease and health, human rights, language and communication, poverty and inequality, sport and recreation, tradition, culture and identity, and water, food and agriculture. In this aspect, I need you to, in this part, which is the component 3, I need you to choose something that is happening right now. In the individual report, it was not necessary of the things that are happening right now, but in team project, it is, because as you as a group need to find a possible course of action towards the solution of one issue, it's better if the issue is happening right now. Because as you know, this state of quarantine is not only going to affect the economy, okay, which is obvious, right? Not only the economy, but a lot of people are going to come unemployed out of this, because a lot of the enterprises of the company, of the businesses, small, medium, or large, are losing money and are going to start reducing personnel, reducing staff. So in which way is it going to affect society, not only in Peru, but in several countries. Remember that Chile has declared quarantine for 90 days. Okay, we are in the 3rd week of our quarantine. So take that into account. Not only focus in the Peru environment, you can watch other realities as well, and even Europe. Okay, it might be for your individual or for your team project. Not only, as I've been saying, this will not have only issues of economical address. It's going to be about stress of people, in which ways our life is changing. As I've been seeing, a lot of people right now, as of now, are very right now very afraid of the current happenings. Okay, so in which way is it going to affect their future or normal life once the quarantine is off? Is everyone going to be like as reckless as it used to be in terms of health? Because as you know, if it wasn't for this virus, people will continue with their lives not being as sanitized as it is now. Because I see a lot of people right now like washing their hands desperately or using this antibacterial soap and a lot of things that in a normal environment, we can say normal because it was before these abnormal events, this stuff didn't happen before. Okay, so that's why I really need you to start reading about different social realities. Read a lot of news, okay, and especially if they are connected to your selected topics, please. Okay, for you to choose a topic, it needs to have a lot of information and especially to be of interest for you. Okay, in the part of disease and health, can you really do something about it? Can you talk to the specific people that are fighting this virus? Remember that Tacna is no longer a city where you cannot find this virus. So there are going to be people that have come into acquainted to these people that have the virus, and how did they overcome the virus? Because not everyone that has this virus is going to suffer a massive loss. They are going to fight it and they are going to overcome the virus. So which is good. Okay. Enough of me talking. I want you to know if you have understood what you have to do. Remember that I'm going to ask for the next week, before the next class, before we have the next class, the following class, the next week, I need your team project topic, the issue, or maybe one more possible issue that you might be addressing, and then I need the names of the people of your group, okay? 3 people in each group, please. If you may want to add somebody else as a 4th member, you need to send me a message as soon as possible, okay? Because you're not, maybe 1 or 2 groups of 4, and then that's going to be it, not more, okay? And what else am I forgetting, am I missing? Yeah, for the individual report. Look, this week, the following week, you have to read a lot. The following week, after our 2nd class, I'm going to post, when do I need you to send me the first draft of your individual report, okay? So this week, at least you should select 1 topic and 1 issue. I'm going to also attach 1 file of all the things, all the assessment that your individual report needs to have, okay? I also need you to read this syllabus that I'm sending you attached. So please take all of these things into consideration. Please be safe, sleep well, keep your mind healthy, not only your body. Okay, read a lot. Remember that the worst enemy right now is misdirection in information or the lack of information. So you need to know a lot of stuff. Do not be guided only by one source of information. Remember that it might be biased. Read a lot, read on your own, listen to different sources of information, maybe one of this country, one of other country, one of another continent. It's very good for you to to have different points of view right now as of information. I want you to tell me if you have any questions so far. Any question? Remember that it's going to be more difficult for you to approach me because we are not in the school right now. So ask your questions right now, please. Okay? No question. You can write your questions if you don't want to talk. If you don't ask any questions, I have to assume that you understand everything. You do understand everything there. Okay. At least if you don't have any questions, type no. All clear, teacher. Okay, very good. If you don't have any questions, this should be it for today. And I will meet you the next week. Okay. And now this is going to appear in your CNET as well, probably on Sunday of your schedule of the classes for next week. Okay, that would be it. Thank you guys for joining, and goodbye. Remember of the topics. Okay, goodbye.